All right, it being 5:02, we're gonna call the meeting of the West Bridgewater
Good job,
Water
Barry.
Commissioners, June 15th, to order. You started?
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, you just gave yours, Mark, did you have any issue, comments on the minutes? Get a motion?
Motion for the minutes of
June 1st.
June 1st.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
With no opposed? Okay, all right, we've got an abatement, and we'll get to the warrants in a bit. So let's go to Tater and Howard, update on projects. Mr. Hoyt from Tater and Howard. Clean copy of that one, just so I have it for myself. Forgot to take it last time.
Copy of this one or the
Yeah,
other?
well, yeah, just, and I signed that, I don't care about the sign, just so I have what was in there.
Yep.
Alright, so everything I gave you is for Sierra Norman, but I'll start with Manly since we kind of touched on it a bit. So we got confirmation from the contractor that Ben got his stuff done last week. So we've reached out to DEP to tell them we're ready, and we requested her availability. So, we're waiting to hear from Jillian.
Yeah, I know somewhere there's the rules that they have, but trying to find them, like I spent half the day looking through their websites and just kept coming up with the Mass General Law.
Okay, yeah,
But
like I said, we can.
We
help
should
you.
ask John, he knows Mass
I
General.
know, but it's not contained in there, it's somewhere else. There's a whole, like, couple of 100-page thing.
Yeah, we can help you with that. Like I said, the contractor's ready to go. We do wanna see you get alarms on your phone, so you might try to pick a,
He did trigger something from here, I don't know, but up at Manly, I'm still looking at 2 computer screens. He spent like 5 hours here one day working back there, so now our original SCADA system keeps coming up with an error every time we change screens. We lost well 4, I'm not sure whether it was SCADA related or a thing, cause we couldn't get an alarm out of the thing. And I just played with it for about an hour on Sunday, and then it came back up. I have no idea, cause you have so many, you've got instrument, electrical, mechanical. It just suddenly worked.
okay. Makes me a little nervous.
Well, that needs to get told to them.
Yeah,
Like,
so
as
if you
soon as
think there's
possible.
a chance that those issues are created by Ben, then yeah, we need to put them on
I
notice.
can't, it was like a fluke, it had never happened that well, it never had an issue. You know, we've been having all the issues with 5A. So hopefully it's a one-off.
Okay, and the issues with 5A on the motor?
Yeah,
The
it's,
same overdraw issue?
yeah, it's overdrawing, like, you'll see it ramps, it starts up at 35 amps, and that's over, it's an overage to it. And then eventually it'll drop down to 18, so it's getting ready to fry itself.
Okay. Has an electrician looked at it?
No, because there's really nothing, I mean, they'll see the amperage draw, but I don't know if they can do anything.
You want us to talk to the electrical engineer about it and see if there's anything,
If,
or are you just convinced that it needs to be
I'm
replaced?
convinced it needs to be replaced.
Okay.
How old is that?
So that one, we replaced in like, yeah, not, well, I think it's less than that, but,
What was it?
it's the new one in the back. But, you know, they only last about 2 years before they fry. So the problem is catching it before it fries, or it spins a bearing and then it sends the impellers into the bowls. And then I have to wait for new bowls.
You're gonna
But as
con-
soon as I get Manly back, I'll have Mark come in and just replace the motor.
I see.
Can you talk to Mara ahead and tell, what, just so they'll have it ready, or is that something they can get quick?
It's probably something they can get quick. The problem is that when the vendor, the bidder that won that, didn't give us any data plates for the well. So I can't tell Mar what to do. I think it's a 30 amp or a 30 horse, so,
Cause they'll have to pull it to figure it out.
yeah.
You guys didn't do the spec for that, did you?
We did, yeah. So we
You
have
might have
shop
the-
drawings.
Yeah, say,
Yeah.
you should have the data from that, if you can pull it.
'Cause if they just swap it, I can have it back, and if they do it on a Monday, I can have it back by a Friday.
Yeah, if you could do that, please, send
Yeah.
it.
I'll send you that. And like I said, if we don't hear back from Jillian, I'll call Jim,
Yeah,
who's, you know, her boss essentially, who's followed along like this whole process, you know, back to well 5. He's been our contact, so if we let him know that, you know, due to water needs, it's, you know, becoming an emergency to get this plant back up and running, is there anything he can do staff-wise to get us up and running at Manly? See what we can do.
Yeah, 'cause the early heat wave isn't helping matters with everything.
no.
Yeah, it's got hot early. and
Hot
stayed
early
pretty
and the
hot.
drought besides, so we're not getting any help keeping them, making it easy on the wells.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll express that to them. And then we do still have some punch list items we're cleaning up in the meantime too.
But everything else over there should be ready for them to come in and do it now at this point.
Yeah, so yeah, the punch list items aren't items that
That don't, yeah,
are gonna worry about there. You know, we want them to label things a certain way and maybe label them differently. Some touch-up work here and there, but nothing that, you know, would hold back DEP or, you know, would have held us back from saying it was substantially complete.
yeah, okay. And we're still, what, 500,000 under, you said on that, roughly?
Yep.
From last time?
Yep, no change there, on the financials from last meeting.
Good.
So, anything else on that?
No.
So, switching over to Sear Norman, we have kind of shifted gears. Marguerite, the concrete company, is gonna be back on site this week. Essentially, what they've been doing is, the last week or so has been the waterproofing. So, they've been doing that, and, they're gonna start backfilling, which means they're doing their soil compaction. UTS has been on site, doing their soil testing. We have our geotech coming out, I believe, tomorrow to do their investigation, just to make sure that the backfill and compaction and everything is ready for them to start doing concrete forms. Because once you start putting forms up, it's hard to see what's under there. So that's what's happening the first half of this week. If that gets signed off by the third-party testing and by the geotech engineer, they'll start doing the forms, they think the second half of this week. They're gonna start with the column line back where the bathrooms are. And then the idea is to, once they get that footing formed up, then they'll start, planning for the elevated slab. Then you're gonna have all kinds of people on site because we'll need to be inspecting things, our structural engineer will be out here, we have third-party inspectors coming out. So it'll start to be a pretty busy site again, probably starting this end of this week. Whereas, the last couple weeks, you've probably noticed it's just water line out here, none of their subs on site. So things are ramping up there. I did give the 3-week look ahead, we'll go through this with water line again tomorrow morning. But, essentially this just kind of outlines where we are, what we just talked about.
All the tank leakage issues have been
They've all been
taken care of
resolved.
now?
The last one, it turns out it wasn't the tank leaking out, it's that they had accumulated water in the pipe trench, and that was what was causing it to leak out, so they patched that, but they were looking in the wrong spot. So that one last stubborn leak was because they were looking on the wrong side of the wall where the water was coming from. But which is good news because
Yeah.
you don't need to hold water in the trench. It's you know, it's not a water bearing bore. So that, yeah, that's all resolved, which is why we gave them the go ahead to do the waterproofing, and then next is the backfilling of that concrete. So then the other two items are two PCOs to review. The first one, PCO 6, we discussed a couple times, but we didn't have the final number. This is that gantry winch.
Oh, yeah.
We had it in the specs, but then we
Took it out.
misinterpreted one of the questions during bidding. In doing so, we gave them the wrong answer. So the change order is $683.82 to add the winch back in.
Why did I think the trolley was already in it?
So the issue is, when we interpreted the question, we thought they were talking only about downstairs. So not taking into account the fact that we have the A-frame upstairs and we needed a separate winch and trolley mechanism for that.
Is that on you? Or is that on us?
Waterline is requesting that the water department issue a change order for $683.82.
Okay, like I said, I thought the trolley was still in there, and it was only the hoist that was left out, but doesn't matter. Pull floor. All right.
Change order, look at the dough.
Can I get a motion on the change order? We need, I mean, regardless of why, we need to have that in there for maintenance in the building. So for whatever reason that it got taken out.
Wow.
Why did it get taken out?
He already told you. They basically misinterpreted a bid question, took it out by mistake. So it was originally we owned this in the bid. They took it out, and now we have to buy it up separate as a change order. It should have been in the original bid. But regardless, if we don't do the change order, then we don't get the hoist and trolley either way, because the change order has to run through Waterline for us to get that put in.
Well, the argument that they'll be having is that it would have been in the original bid anyways, and that $683 would have been part of the $15 million building, so there's really no way around it.
I don't see any labor in there, and there's
Yeah.
no overburden either,
No.
so it's at cost.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make the motion for the PCO 683,
6. PCO number 6 for
683.
$683.82. Mark, second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So you're gonna come up with a formal one for us to sign?
Yeah, so essentially, I have one more PCA to go over. It's the one we tabled last meeting to come back to this time. But essentially.
Extension.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, once we have resolution on this one, we're gonna be issuing a change order, and that will be the formal document that will include the PCOs that you have voted for, and that will be the document that you actually have to sign. So right now, this is just for you to, approve the PCO being included in the next change order.
What's the hardship
For the
for their extension?
Yeah, so the extension.
Other than the delay of the building, because it wasn't part of their the original building that we spec'd out. So, what's the hardship? For 6 months, it's till March of '27.
Yeah, so, in our estimation, the delays of substance were the result of the building not being compatible with the foundation. Waterline has previously made other claims indicating that there are things that they weren't responsible for, and originally they had proposed extensions that were gonna have a cost with them. We've made it quite clear that we wouldn't be, approving any extensions that came with a cost. So this is kind of a concession on their side to say, we can't get the work done on the original schedule based on the work we have left. And so what we did is we went through their schedule to see if we thought there were any ways to tighten it up. And based on what they're calling their critical path items, which include lead times, service entry for, new power service, new gas service, we agree that their schedule is, by and large, correct, or at least reasonable. We can't point to anywhere where we think they're giving themselves more time than they need. So, our recommendation is to approve the extension at no cost. It does protect us from, re-litigation. If something comes up down the road, there are delays in the easement for the electric, there are delays with Eversource. We don't want all of this past history to get lumped in with that and kind of muddy the water and then try to bring up some of these past claims that we've already fought and pushed against. If we can.
Well, we would've run into them anyways, if there are easement problems with Eversource and all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
and they,
So,
right.
I mean, forget about that. So, I mean, they've got till October, that's when the contract is good to, right? Sometime in October of this year.
Yeah,
So they went 6 months. I can't support that. 6 months is a long time. Let's get going, let's get the job moving. They got 4 months till October now,
When do they think they're gonna be done?
March.
March.
We need water. We're in a drought. We've got people that can't even water their vegetables. We need water. We need this job finished.
yeah, I understand, I do. I think from our point of view, looking at the schedule, I just don't think it's,
What did they,
Likely.
what did we have to give them? What was that all about?
so they originally felt like we should have been able to approve the rebar shop drawings when they first submitted them.
So that was our fault?
We don't believe so, because our structural engineer and them had a disagreement in terms of the sequencing when shop drawings could be reviewed and when certain things could be released. Traditionally, we have seen rebar get approved when it was submitted, but our structural engineer recently had issues where they approved the rebar, which is part of their foundation design, before a metal building was approved, and then the metal building required changes to the foundation, and all the rebar had already been released, which caused a headache on that project. So in this project, they insisted that they would not review the rebar until the metal building was reviewed. And in our case, the metal building did require changes to the foundation. So we are of the opinion that, our structural engineer was vindicated by the fact that what they were worried could happen is what happened.
Because otherwise it would have to redesign after and now you're on the hook because that rebar would have already been ordered and released.
Yeah, they did take exception that it, in their opinion, that us notifying them of that took too long. What we all know is internally, we were trying to figure out the best way to approach the situation, because we've never had, our structural engineer dig their heels in on that issue before. So, there was also, they inundated us with hundreds of shop drawings and expected that we would get them all turned around within 3 to 4 weeks. And just based on the sheer number of them that came in simultaneously, and the manpower to not only get through us, but to get through the OPM, you know, some of those shop drawings were not turned around within their expected 30 days. So they were also, you know, holding that against us, which we believe was an unreasonable expectation on their side. So, you know, they have their list of reasons why it was our fault. We had our list of reasons why.
But it's
it was
a
their
direct
fault.
result from the change of the building, ultimately.
In our
The
opinion,
the main
change-
delay,
the main
a lot of the
delays.
other things may have taken longer, but they weren't on the path, critical path to get things done. So realistically, it's because we had to wait so long, and it goes back to their, what the heck was the date? You know, back in January, when they sent the letter about when they wanted to get started, because they wanted to have the concrete guys out here in last October. They didn't get the concrete guys out here later because we couldn't give them the rebar because the building changed.
Right.
So, I mean, realistically, they need, if that was when the concrete was starting, they realistically need more time to get the job done because the concrete couldn't be started. And, you know, it's a few months right there that would be where that kind of comes up.
Right. And so what we're hoping to avoid is, you know, have to continue to fight this battle with letters back and forth, even if we're in the right. You know, there is a cost to us to have to fight them, you know, on this down the road. Whereas now they've, you know, essentially conceded that they will not be requesting, you know, costs for any of these, you know, alleged delays. And I know, right, it's like, well, of course not, we wouldn't have paid them, but, you know.
Then why, if that's the case, why are they going for an extension?
They're going for an
Why don't they just finish it when they can? If that's the case, we're not gonna be incurring any
Well, because
interest
they can't
costs.
be out of contract, right? DEP
Right,
won't
exactly,
allow us to
right,
be
I
out
know
of
that.
contract.
I'm being
either.
sarcastic about that, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
It sounds sarcastic.
Yeah, sorry, I misread the word. So, I mean, our recommendation is, you know, to approve it at no cost, you know, but it's, you know, certainly, you know, up to your
Is
discretion.
that no cost to you also?
Correct.
So you're gonna work 5 months for free?
Well, our point of view is because they started later, we weren't on site charging you when they weren't working. So, you know, our start was also delayed from when we started providing you full service RPR because there was nothing on site we had to see.
So it's not gonna in other words, their bill's not gonna increase because of the extension of
Yeah,
the
we're not
time.
asking you for an
the
amendment
water
to
line.
our fees.
Well, if it don't increase, are you gonna have it done before the water? I mean, we're in a drought now. You're talking March, does March become June?
So, I mean, that's
Yes
what
or
we
no?
have to keep it, no, but,
I mean, we gave you 5 more months you're asking for.
right.
You said you're gonna be done in September.
This doesn't create more water.
No,
You're
I
just
didn't say that.
diverting it into the plant. The problem is when you stop pulling the wells down, you're gonna lose water
Yeah,
till that plant, like the plant has to be ready when you take them. They can't be months, cause you're gonna take out at one at a time critical water supplies to the town.
Which is why we need Manley Street back.
Mainly it has to be back up and proven out.
I mean, look how long it's taking for Manly.
Yeah, that was,
I mean, yeah, that one was frustrating.
Good answer. Good answer.
Right,
I
so,
don't care, we have to give it to them.
I mean, I think
They're gonna,
it's reasonable, they have to be under, we can't have them going beyond contract as long as it's a zero cost.
get on to the next job anyways, they don't.
Yeah, they're not gonna wanna take any extra time, because again, there's monthly carrying costs on the job that add up pretty quick. They're not gonna be getting that extra cost. So I think that's again, that's gonna be pretty much,
somebody lost
Where
5
we're at.
months.
Hmm?
Somebody lost 5 months. Water line?
they lost 5 months right at the beginning on
Yeah.
that, but they were being, during that time, those admin type carrying costs a month, they were getting that. They're not gonna get it at the other end. So can I get a motion on what's this, PCO 11?
Thought it was number 7.
No, this is number 11.
Eleven, so.
We got rid of 7 a long time ago. I don't remember if we accepted it or denied it, but.
7-Eleven, where were I, John?
So I'll ask again, can I get a motion on change order number 11 to extend?
I'd give them an extension of 3 months, I'm not gonna go 6. And see what happens. We got nothing to gain or nothing to lose by giving them 3 months. So come March, oh yeah, we need another 2 months. Oh, okay. We just gave you 6, yeah, but because of, whatever.
I mean, if there are further requests for delay, then you would have to vote on those as well.
What are you gonna do, don't do it again? You're on double secret probation, don't do it again?
Well, in that case, we would push back and say, if it's not legitimate, if there are gonna be costs to the water department, then, liquidated damages would come into play. It won't here because there's no cost. So in Massachusetts, for liquidated damages, you have to
Has to be the
prove,
cost.
damages. And, we don't see any damages because they're not passing their additional costs onto you.
I mean, if they had put the building in that we spec'd out, that was engineered, designed by you guys, they wouldn't need an extension, but they tried to do whatever they wanted to do.
Didn't they? That manufacturer didn't
Yeah,
bid.
the building manufacturer we signed about, we've never got to the bottom of why.
Money,
That's
save
it.
money.
They wouldn't, no, but they didn't even bother giving out the number on the job for whatever. Usually when you're named in the spec, they do. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Right.
Even if they put in a high number. It's not like they took Waterline, didn't take a lower one instead of that. That was all, it's just still.
Yeah,
an
but that
order.
was their chance they took.
No, they couldn't get a number out of the other
Right.
company.
But they got the job and they still gotta meet the criteria, right?
Well, the building does, they should have checked in to make sure they could do it on the same footprint, but they didn't, so. I mean, basically, they're gonna need an extension. We had a motion that wasn't seconded,
Who made the motion?
you did,
For 3 months.
for 3 months.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and it hasn't been seconded yet. Now, if we give them, I'm at the point, I think we should just deal with it and get it out of our hair now instead of having to deal with it.
3
later
months
on.
from now. But
Would you like to make a motion to do
Crickets.
it? Would you like to make a motion to do it for the 6 months, since you didn't second the 3 months?
I second the motion for 6 months, PC 11, PCO.
But there was no motion made for 6
You just-
months, it was for 3 months. So if you
I
make,
trumped you.
So he's making a,
Right, we're gonna end up coming back if we go 3.
If we go three
Right.
months, they're not gonna finish in the 3.
They're saying that, they're not gonna finish it. And he's saying if
That's
if
trying
it
to,
goes later, it's gonna be on them,
that's trying to finish in December,
yeah.
which is, and it's, what they're gonna do is they're gonna come back and ask for another one,
alright,
either way.
Well, they should have
This-
a building up by then.
Oh, they should, but
They should be
they'll-
working
they
inside.
should have a building done way ahead of that,
Yeah.
which
should
they
be
should,
inside.
if they're keeping going right now.
did you make the motion for 6 months? Is that what his,
Yeah,
Yes.
second it, will you?
the rules of necessity, I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Is he done?
Not
Don't,
that I,
don't come back in February and say, look, we need another 3 minutes, cause you're not gonna get it.
3 minutes.
Understood. I'm getting nothing.
I mean, say, it's not his,
Well,
this is for us to clean this up because of the issue
But
with
I
that
understand
building.
your point, I do.
But at the same time, we don't wanna be every 2 months having to come back revisiting this either.
Right. You done?
I'm done, unless you need anything else from me.
We have a meeting tomorrow,
We have a meeting
With-
tomorrow here. I
Yeah.
understand we're gonna try to go through it in a half hour or so.
yeah,
Well,
'cause
let-
I
We
gotta
do at
go.
8:30,
Yeah,
so we're gonna try to, show up a couple minutes early so we can hit the ground running right at 8. And then, try to get out of here by 8:30 so that Wayne can move on to his next obligation.
If they're not done at 8:30, you can leave.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
gonna say,
not-
do you need us to meet somewhere else just in case?
No, like, I don't think I'm important to the meeting anyways. I mean, I like to hear what's going on, but
Well, if
You
you
know-
need to excuse yourself and we're not done, obviously that's fine with us.
I know what they're doing up there. I could feel ground vibrating today.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Quick, one other thing, budget-wise. You know, don't have one today. We have the issue with the ARPA money. Question came up when we were meeting about the payments that we were making. Can we use any of that ARPA money on this?
No,
On Sear Norman?
Yes.
no,
No.
no.
That was my understanding, but the question came up, is they said they thought that money was more unrestricted as far as what ARPA could be funded.
Yeah,
could
and
be
we
used for.
we weren't involved, but our understanding was that that was specifically earmarked for PFAS,
PFAS
and we
only.
had to pick one
Right.
site or the other. And, and at the time, the Manly plant was chosen.
Right.
Well, and the only thing we could use it for here would have been the extra costs of the building anyway, because we're not putting in the PFAS.
You're not putting in the
equipment.
PFAS now, so it would be hard to prove how much of this project cost
Yeah.
was the extra to allow PFAS.
But
down the road.
we can't just grab some of that money and use that to pay some stuff up.
My understanding is
But
no,
didn't we
it's
make a
not.
bigger building for future PFAS?
We did.
Over here, so
Yeah.
you couldn't really argue
Yeah.
that?
I could do the
Just
math and tell
could be
you
an
what
additional
percentage
vessels?
of the square footage and what percentage of it.
But we
I don't
did
think it's eligible
but we
anyway.
did specifically say what project. we
Yes,
were
ARPA
doing.
made us pick the project.
Okay.
And we actually
Alright.
picked Sear Norman first, and then I got yelled at a lot for changing it to Manly.
But we wouldn't have been able to use as much of it on Sear Norman,
Right.
as, you know,
Right.
basically we're able to use it all
Yep.
for Manly. All right.
Alright, thank you, we'll see you
Yeah,
next time.
James.
All right, James, see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks for coming in.
See you in the morning.
Thank you. Oh,
Fucking herding cats. Did I say that out loud? Where are we? MJM Construction, 600 Manley Street, that's you two, right?
That's us.
All right, come on up. Did you have plans out there for that?
There was
this?
something there.
Yeah.
I don't remember putting them out there, so
I did.
So, yeah, I don't know what you printed out, you could ask for, yeah.
Yep.
Somebody could ask
Yep,
me to
exactly,
bring
that was
these.
me. To bring the big ones.
So, here's a full set, here's 3 half sets.
Yeah, there's the asset, please.
You want half?
Yep.
thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know,
Oh,
you want these in front of you, or you want them on the table?
the table. Just move the pens out of the way.
Remember, he's got his speaker on there.
Yeah, that's right. Where is the speaker? Oh, I know this one. Oh, Mark has the other one. He's loud about it.
Who are you guys?
They're the ones getting the most for their money out of a piece of property that was like just a farm at one time.
We're trying.
You guys have names?
So you won't spare your property on the back.
I'm Manny Virginia, the owner of MJM.
Yeah, I'm Michael Palucci,
Okay, guys.
I'm with him.
He's been here before.
All
I
right.
get yelled at?
No? No, you've been in here before, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that gets yelled at.
Ha,
We don't yell.
No, you're not. Good save.
yeah, utility plan, C6.
So I wasn't aware, like, when we went to the planning and zoning, that we had to make our way to the water department to get the service approved. So I guess it was some changes to the bylaws or whatever it might have been.
So, yeah, if you look on the south side, there's the proposed 1.5 inch. So all it is it's basically a glorified residential service, but it's going to the commercial building.
Oh,
PV
it's way in the back
PVC.
behind the solar field.
Well, that's what the engineers put on there, and I found out when I asked the question later, you guys do not allow PVC even for services?
Nope, we run copper service.
Yeah. So,
But let me ask you this question, since it's such a, and no is fine, I'm just asking the question is, if we ran a 300-foot stick of PVC versus 60-foot rolls, and you have
right, we're gonna
one
end up with
hookup
like 20
versus
unions.
versus 20 unions, would that not be a better outcome for all of us?
Because we have an issue typically, the reason we require the copper is for when the meter connection comes up into the building. We don't want that on.
Could we change it? Can we
Well,
change
right,
it?
right
for
now,
that?
right now, the policy, was just redone, is to run copper through the whole,
Okay.
we require that on other ones
Okay,
as well,
fair enough.
rather than open up so that's what, building with office, probably less than a house.
No,
pretty much
that's
for
a
fall.
building with 2 bathrooms
Yeah,
and a mop sink.
What is it, a garage?
Correct, 5 bays.
Grease traps and all that in it?
Correct.
What are you tying into?
I want to say it was a 12-inch main last
It's
time.
across the street,
Yeah, it's across
Yeah.
the street,
Yeah,
yeah.
Did you
that's
have
what-
any
that's what I think
detail?
it was the last time.
Did you have
Yeah.
any detail on what
12-inch
how you're
ductile.
proposing to make the connection?
I don't know
I'll be honest, I don't even.
We
know
didn't
if
even
that's
look into
shit
that.
on there.
Because we'd wanna have that, you have,
Because frankly,
how you wanna
I-
make the connection.
yeah, it's like, I don't give a shit what the engineers put down
What
on a
size
piece of
is it?
paper, it's, what do you
Inch
guys?
and a
Inch
half.
and a half.
Inch and a half, oh, yeah, you're gonna direct tap. It's ductile, so.
That is ductile?
Yeah.
Yes, it is ductile,
Okay.
yeah.
It'd be fun making that connection. Inch and a half.
I don't know, you did that what, on 630, I mean,
686
686,
with a
yeah.
2-inch.
You just come across and give us the gate box.
Yeah, this is where you'd have to decide whether you want them to have a meter pit in the front, because you've got a long stretch of line there.
Well, if we put a meter pit out here, that's the end of our service.
Right.
Because they could run whatever they want down in the building.
Yep,
They're gonna have, but
that
then
would
you,
allow them to do that.
but then you have to get into the meter pit.
They have to
Everything
make
you
it
have to do in the
a
meter.
vault that we can,
What is your spec, I mean, we'd be very open to that, if you guys wanted, like, whatever the spec is, we'll just put it in.
We don't actually have a spec for the vault.
no, we don't really have a
Give
spec
us
for
the
a vault,
size,
but they have
dimension.
like I mean, we've put them in before, it's just it's not really a vault, it's inch and a half, I don't know if they have them an inch and a half, cause it's like a spring-loaded thing that you raise the thing up, connect your meter in, and then lower it back down.
Hmm.
But
Is that what got put in over by,
that's what's,
trailer park?
So not like
no, the trailer park it's a vault.
That's just a regular vault.
So not like a manhole, like a-
Yeah, well, we need to be able to get in there, that's the problem, like, manholes aren't really good vaults, because then you can't move around when you're in there. If we have somebody big, then sometimes they don't get through the 24-inch hole.
Understood.
Where do we have? I used to get through 20, but not anymore.
I was
Where
gonna
do
say,
we
we don't have
see-
that problem.
Where do we have those? Do we
Just
have
get
those in
climbed
town
down.
anywhere?
So we don't, the spring-loaded ones, yeah, we have them around town. But I don't know if they come an inch and a half, that's the problem.
Is that something we could have them
We'd have to-
give to Holmgren and they can pick up on it?
Yeah, you could look and see.
Because that'd be, I mean,
Alright, so you guys would like a meter pit, like right
Out
over
there.
there, right up here
And
on
then
the
you could-
verge, right?
Now, does that gotta go in landscape or paving, or where does that go?
Well, it's just gonna be on grade,
But I'm just saying.
Right, so you don't care if it's in the landscaping, right?
right, I don't care if it's in the landscaping, no, you're not gonna want a truck driving over it if it's
I'm
not.
thinking about, isn't that where the entry, where the exit of that other parking lot is too?
Correct.
You might have to put it, are you opposed to it being in the asphalt if it's it's just a driveway into a?
As long as it can withstand something getting on top of it.
No, it would be H20, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, no.
is that the only entrance though? Because then
No.
if we had to get into it.
No, there's another
No,
entrance.
there's at least two.
There's 3 other
So,
entrances.
so if our guys had to get into it.
Yeah, you could shut that
Anytime.
down.
We could shut that
Yeah.
down.
Correct.
And I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so not.
Just so you guys are aware also, totally irrelevant to this, but 686, yeah, 686 I own, which is the trash company up the road.
Yeah.
We have 2 or 3 monitoring wells that we put in ourselves to make sure that the water was fine and wasn't any pollutions. Like, that doesn't get brought up at meetings, at what we've done there to make sure that it's all safe.
Do you send us the results?
I mean,
That'd
we
be a
do
good
not,
idea.
but we just, when there's a red flag, you guys are welcome to them. I mean,
Why don't
doesn't,
you just add it to the list of,
we can,
just, that way we'll know in early events if there is some sort, anything can happen, obviously.
yep,
And that is that is in our zone.
In our-
two.
Correct, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we put it in
I mean,
there
that's-
just
so
for-
far, everything we've seen that you've done up there, though, has been,
no, but we just put it in there just so you guys would have, like, you know, we're not just coming in there and put a trash company in and everything's junk. Like, there was an added cost for that for me to put all these wells in, so,
yeah.
and you guys can monitor if you guys would like.
And you did that for nothing?
I did, believe it or not, huh?
Nothing, I see it.
And that's gonna be all.
Sometimes being proactive is
You know
less
what I mean?
expensive than being
You're worried about it,
reactive.
copper line, huh?
Not asking for, you know, forgiveness instead of permission. kind
No,
of
but
thing.
you know, it's, the whole thing with the copper versus plastic is,
Cost.
I hate, well, cost, but
big
And
also,
it flattens.
I hate having a line with 20 unions in it.
Yep.
It's like, that's just asking for
Right.
something to fail.
So if you do the vault, once you're on your side,
We could do,
you do whatever you
I was
want.
just gonna ask.
Well, you can
yeah.
always go ductile.
Because now that's your yard, that's your
Right.
yard piping now.
And you
it's
don't
not-
have we don't have a meter that could blow off in your building.
Right, right.
Go ductile. If you're not
You
concerned
know
about
what?
cost.
If they,
Go, I mean,
who
you
said
got-
nobody's
you're less
concerned
than
about
se-
cost?
You're less, you don't have any fire protection here, go over 7,500 square feet, put a 6-inch line down there and a hydrant, well, you can't, you got solar fields, and go ductile, then you'll never have to worry about it,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
I mean, just for the record, he said he wasn't worried about cost. I didn't.
I didn't say we were worried about that.
Just saying, I mean, that's, I agree, ductile's much, it'll last
How
forever,
many feet is it?
300.
No,
Almost-
way more than that.
Almost
So-
1,200.
How much?
From the road?
That's way
From
back.
street
What'd you say,
back to-
1,200?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire department's not making you put
Where
hydrant?
are the hydrants?
There's a hydrant up at 586 up on the hill there.
1,200 feet, they only carry 500 feet on the truck. You got a fire, you're in, the fire department's okay with this?
Yeah, they wrote all the details.
And
wrote all
they
the
know
notes.
you're a quarter of a mile off the road?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, but they have a fire hydrant, like, either here or here in the middle of this parking lot. So that's how they.
How do you get from here to here? You gotta lug it through the woods.
No, there's
No, this is all wide open.
It's all
It's wide
glass.
open.
this is a
A rip wrap.
parking lot up to that,
Isn't it fenced?
like
No,
literally
rip wrap.
right up to this.
Not-
It's a rip wrap
this,
slope.
All right.
This is the big building.
Access,
guys.
yes, exactly.
Correct.
So all
Yeah.
this is pavement up to here.
Yeah.
There's a short
Rip wrap slope.
rip right, right,
And there's a
and
hydrant
then,
stub up in here somewhere.
yeah,
Correct.
and then this is all, sort of paved, half not paved, you know, it's not quite gravel, it's a little better than that, but
Millings.
it was just an access road, I think, originally for the solar panels.
So let me ask you a question. So it's a solar field now.
Yep,
Now, this is an installation approval that you're looking for under the conditions that you have.
yep,
20 years from now, solar might be out, and you wanna put a couple of buildings in here.
yep.
Wouldn't it make sense to run a 6-inch ductile or whatever ductile down here for future expansion?
In 45 years, I'll be dead.
Solar could be gone.
45, no, so they got, Spadia made a great deal with them that, they have it for 45 more years, I'll be dead.
Okay.
That my kids could deal with that after that, I'll be dead.
You won't have to worry about
Yeah,
it.
that's probably that is the last building you could
They're
squeeze
getting
in.
better at keeping us alive, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the very end isn't always
It's not
all that
pretty,
good.
no.
But I mean, the other thing is they could always run one line then for a couple of
Yep.
buildings or.
I mean, if they're gonna do buildings,
But
at
that-
that
they said
future,
that
they're gonna
far
need
ahead.
sprinkler, they're gonna need the whole 9
Yeah.
yards.
Well, you kept it under the limit, so you don't need fire protection.
I didn't say I wasn't cheap.
No, I'm just saying, I just noticed things like that, and it's like, okay, well,
What MGL is that?
well, 142 is,
Sorry, inside joke.
so what are you here for us? You just wanted, you wanted to transit, you wanted to
Service.
change over from copper to PVC?
No, we just wanted to put this, we just
He wants
wanted,
to get the water in, you know, the day before yesterday.
No, if you can have Holmgren come up with a detail, if he's got that, the type of meter pit that Wayne's talking about with the 1.5 inch, that we can basically, you're basically working on it at
Find
ground
something that we
surface.
can work on the meter.
Other
Yeah,
than
we don't have
that,
any
we'd
problems.
need, what, at least a 6x8 vault, concrete vault, I think at least, right?
Yeah.
To be able to have guys go in there and actually
that's-
work on it.
Let's get a septic tank,
1,000
1,000
gallon.
gallon,
Yeah,
Right,
H20.
done.
You can have a picnic day, you can leave a chair with it.
there you go, that's
You
what
know
we'll
what I
do.
mean? What's $1,200?
You can get a
I agree
widescreen
with you.
TV in there.
You know what I mean? Hang
Yeah,
it, just right.
No power.
So are we,
Solar, there's a field
That's
there.
right.
Well, yeah, you don't need power for the meter.
No, we don't need power.
so does that make it, yeah, I mean, he's 100% correct, a 1,000
Yeah,
foot
that's
tank
fine,
is-
as long as we can get in to get it on a meter, that's
I
fine.
get it,
We
the
drop our
smallest
own
one you
line
can
on.
It's
get.
1,000 gallons
With that,
That's
with,
fine.
with a hatch, not a manhole cover.
Right.
with a hatch.
For the guys doing the access, and you wanna make sure there's enough ventilation, I'd rather have it, you want a regular access hatch, not a,
Do they have those in H20 Mike?
What, for,
Hatches? Those hatches that pop up?
oh, I'm sure.
yeah, we have them.
I mean,
we
I
have-
say that, I don't know.
We have,
But,
I
no,
don't
they have,
think
the tank.
Don't
the
get
tanks
that-
up-
don't
Tanks
get
up
that-
behind the high school. that
Don't
we
get
put the
that
high
hatch,
school in.
that's like $4,000, that hatch.
It is
Get
4
a-
grand.
you want,
I had
What's
to
that?
replace-
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
4
yeah,
grand, I
how
had to
much this
replace
thing
one.
was?
do you want a bigger
Yeah, but
than
the
Just
24, you want
problem
a
isn't the
36
saving,
inch?
the problem is.
Like a
when-
36
when the
would be
trucks
good,
go over,
cause
they'll
we'll
break
have to
it.
drop in
Just
a
take
ladder.
maybe
gauge.
6-inch manhole
They,
cover.
no, they do make them in H20.
What?
They got them up behind the high school on the tanks, right in the middle of the road there, they put them in back in the road.
I'll do some homework, if they do,
They
as long
have-
as they don't, I just don't wanna chase this thing for you or for me,
Right.
if they
No,
break,
I
because the
don't.
trucks are gonna go in now.
36-inch manhole cover, they're not gonna be able to open it to get in. Those freaking things weigh a ton.
Are you talking the square one that you bolt in that's incorporated into the tank, or are you just talking about a 36-inch manhole cover?
No, I'm talking about a regular
No, he's talking about a
hatch.
hatch that you
The
can,
hatch.
you know.
Yeah, they bolt on top.
With a high water alarm in case it ruptures and you got.
That's a lot of money.
You'll see the water coming out of the top
Oh,
of the
yeah,
tank.
but it's high water.
What's the difference
It's
in a
3 meter.
36-inch manhole cover?
You go like this and open up that hatch, you're not sitting there trying to have two guys open up a 36-inch manhole cover, get it off, get it reset, and when they're going down inside, if they happen to do something. So if we're doing
Are
it
we
there
talking about
for
putting them-
access inside,
The access
Just
here,
get
the
it-
meter over here.
I just get
I
a
don't want, I don't want the
36
meter back here. You
gas
we already have
meter.
a quarter of a mile of pipe that comes.
Right, that's why the meter's better out
We
there.
we want the
And
meter,
then-
I want the meter here. I don't want
Yeah.
it 12.
no, we're gonna have,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
why we're doing it that way. We have
All
the
right.
meter up here in a vault,
Perfect.
That's what we talked.
yeah,
What's the inside joke for that?
There is none.
no, not in that one. Now we're just getting
Why are we having
confused.
a meter pit in it? Why can't we just leave the meter in this building?
Because it's a quarter of a mile away and there's a lot of leaks in between.
And even if
I
there's no
don't even
leaks in
suggest that, that's good for everybody. Cause you guys get your meter way up close, nobody's gotta go chase it down.
And then they have to inch and a
And
half.
you can
And
use
then-
whatever you want.
And then he
to
can
put
do
it.
whatever he wants with, we don't have to put 20
That-
unions in
that-
all
No,
that.
you can't, you gotta use copper, so it's on the outlet of the meter, it's on the plumbing code.
Because that's, our stuff
Oh,
ends
no,
right
he
here.
just said after that you can.
On the
run
outlet of the
whatever you
meter,
want. On the what?
on the outlet of the meter,
Okay,
it's plumbing code.
Okay.
So it has to be K, it has to be copper.
okay, but it has to be copper for 1,100 feet? Or-
No, come out of the vault,
Right,
it's up to him. I don't,
I mean, at the end of the day, first to put a vault in, I'm for it. To put a high, whatever that cover, I just don't wanna have it broken. That's fine. But if we gotta run copper all the way up to the building, I don't
then
know.
there's no savings for you.
no.
I mean, listen, it is what it is. I'm just trying to make it all work for everybody. I'm not trying to.
Why can't he run plastic? Why can't he just put the metal wire all over it? It's his problem. If there's a problem, we're not fixing it.
Because it'll create a precedent. Then when the next subdivision that comes in with 28 houses, well, we wanna use plastic instead of
I
copper.
don't think it's a subdivision, John.
It's the same thing, you're gonna have, this is all the time, it's a policy that we have for copper. And if the meter pit goes there, the outlet of the meter is under 248 CMR section 10.15. Okay? And
I'm
that's
not
what you have to
arguing with you,
comply
I'm just,
I'm just saying, that's what you have to comply with on the
Right.
outlet of the meter. You can go for variance, you can go for plastic if you want. The policy of the town is to have copper. So
No,
like Wayne says, it's copper to the meter pit, but from the meter pit, it's the plumbing code from there to the building. Because it's the outlet of the meter.
okay. But it wouldn't satisfy from the output of the meter if we put copper put a length of, whatever, 60-foot length of copper from the meter out of the vault. Now it's private property, you guys aren't responsible for it, and we swap
Plumbing
over
code.
to,
What's the difference if that's the case? Why can't
pump-
you have a commercial building here, and then you go, oh, the meter will be PVC?
But I
plastic
got
pipe,
a
it's not
question
mine.
for you though,
Yeah.
and I'm not being a smartass.
I'm not either, I'm just
No,
telling you that.
no,
No, I'm
no,
just,
no.
I'm not trying to
The,
get,
the only
I'm
reason you
just
brought
saying,
this up is from
but
what
you're
other
talking
guy
about,
said earlier.
you're talking
That's
about a
all.
building code. But we're nowhere near from the meter pit to the building, we're nowhere in the building. The building code is in the building,
The
not
plumbing code
outside.
is from the outlet of the meter.
But the meter's not in the building.
No, you have a meter,
Yep,
okay, and you're gonna go to your building.
Yep.
It's plumbing. If it's on your roof, it's plumbing. If it's out in the middle of the yard, a mile away, and you go into your building, it's plumbing.
gotcha.
You can go for
That's
variance.
why I said put it in the
From
building,
where?
but we
The
can't.
plumbing board, cost you $86. Get your paperwork now, you can go in front of the plumbing board and make it July 1st.
Can I just ask a real dumb question? Why weren't, and it's not your fault or anybody here, but why didn't this all come up at planning? So we got a set of plans that's designed and approved, budgeted, everything ready to go, copper, and then
So
all
why
of a
you
sudden,
here?
because
Because we were told we couldn't put the water line.
we said we couldn't put the water line in
A
without.
lot of engineers aren't aware of the codes. There's a building in town now stamped by a mechanical engineer in Massachusetts
Yep,
that doesn't, I mean, you need, somebody, I don't know if you made a reference to a mop sink. Mop sinks are required like in 99%
Yes,
commercial
correct,
properties.
yep.
There's a building stamped by an engineer, and I don't mention the engineer,
Yeah.
that it doesn't show a mop sink in it.
That's
How
true.
does that happen? When it doesn't comply with the plumbing code? That's my job, to make sure things comply with the plumbing code, because I happen to be the plumbing inspector. I'm not throwing names or anything out there, I'm just saying, those are the rules. If you don't like the regulations, you can go in front of the plumbing board in Boston and argue your case.
Mhm.
We've done it, we did it for variance for relief for our station over here, for our pump station, for our building. Relief is granted. That's all I'm saying, is that, so from the outlet of the meter is the jurisdiction of the plumbing code.
Gotcha.
Or the outlet if you have a well or something, the outlet of the valve of the tank, that's also plumbing code.
You can't steal any water off your other property closer.
Put a well.
Well, can we do a well?
You should,
I'm just, what I'm asking.
Go
If we
ahead.
can do a well, well, let's just do a well.
do
Yeah.
it well. Oh, well, and you can put the meter with you, you don't need a meter.
You don't need a meter.
Nope, then you're
Do
on
it.
your own.
You get on TV, I will not do that.
And
As long as you have
and
less
that's-
than,
okay, we
as
can
long as you
see
have
that.
less than, I think it's 10 people, if you have less than 10 people there,
Oh, you're not gonna have 10 people.
then it has to be regulated, I think, with DEP and all that, then you're gonna do another ballgame.
I think,
I mean, honestly, like, we're going off track. I'd rather do what we got here, but I'm just trying to figure out if we get this meter pit in, like, if we could just go, like, in all avenues, if we could just go to plastic, because yes, the cost of the plastic is 40 or 50 grand of materials, but the cost of me having trouble later on is I got one fitting or two fittings versus 10 or 15 fittings. So that would be that's what I would like to do. Like, I get it, it's more money than a well, but I would like to stick to this, because this is what we all agreed for the town, but I would also like to figure out how legally that we could go from the end of the meter to the building in plastic to have less fittings.
Boston.
Less problems to
You
be,
need a variance from the Board of Examiners, Plumbers, and Gas Fitters in Boston.
and how
So,
long does
but
that
It has
take?
to go to.
I told you.
Yeah, it's not out here, it's in Boston.
It's in Boston.
Yeah,
But how long does that process take?
They meet July 1st.
July 1.
So if you get your paperwork going now, you might get in front of the board. But they're gonna ask you, what's your hardship to go from copper to whatever component that you want?
right.
What are you gonna tell them?
but for 13 grand, you can drill a well, and anything over 420 feet is, I think, $20 a foot. A friend of mine just got that quote the other day.
Then you get into a whole other issue with providing the building. Well, you don't have fire protection,
No.
so it doesn't.
Don't need it. Again, I'm trying to generate everything so it works. You guys get a tax bill and a tax meter or water bill or whatever the hell it is. We get our thing done by everybody's happy. I would like to make it work how it is. But if we gotta get a well, then that's what it is, but that's not what I'm trying to accomplish.
But you're
I mean, is
saying-
there any other ways that after the meter, it could be plastic?
I'm fine with plastic, but they won't allow it. I don't understand. I'll never understand. There's plastic all in the
we have
city, Boston,
thousands-
everywhere,
I have
except
a-
for here.
An
I mean,
inch
do
and a
they-
half plastic service, 500 feet to my house.
I don't
40
get it.
years, it's
Before-
perfect.
I don't get it.
Well, it's residential.
Yeah, Oh, no, I get it, but,
Before the meter is not regulated by the plumbing code. The all of the meters.
oh, no,
regulated
no,
from
nobody's
202.
arguing, we
But
understand,
I'm
I
just saying,
get what you're
it's
saying.
just- look, I don't make the rules and regulations are out there for everybody to abide by.
Right,
So-
I'm just citing
so,
the regulation.
Can you repeat that again? Before the meter, you don't regulate, it's not regulated?
We do. The water commissioner or whatever town department regulates the
So then
water.
let me ask you this question, sir.
But the outlet of the meter is.
Why couldn't we run, again, I guess it's against your policy, but this is not a residential
Yep.
subdivision, why couldn't we run half of it in plastic up to the meter?
If the board would allow, I'm opposed to that because we own the pipe. We own a quarter-mile underground pipe. We have enough leaks in town that we don't know where the piping is or the fittings are. At least this way, if there's an outlet closer to the street and there's a leak, you're gonna know, because you're gonna get an alert from us saying that you got excessive water use.
Right.
And B, you own the water. We don't. It's not fair to the other 2,600 houses in town to pay for a leak that might be on your property.
I agree with you.
That they have no connection.
I agree. I'm just trying to figure a way to make this all
I get it.
happy.
Why wouldn't you want a well? You got something else in mind? or
No,
what?
no, no, this is,
It's
I ain't gonna,
45
I,
years, you're dead,
I'm not gonna, you're,
right? You said it.
you're right, that's 95, I'll be out.
Right.
But what I'm saying is I
You
would
said
just,
it.
I would like to keep this
I wish I could
to
go
what we
45.
agreed on with the planning and zoning, so they don't think I'm changing
no,
it.
no, like it.
I've done everything per plan, I'd just like to try to keep it as much per plan. It is.
Again,
I wanna be able to come back to the board in 5 years and you guys remember me, cause I try to work with it.
No, again, water department policy, if that's our pipe, that's the water service going to the meter, it's copper. And that's been talked about, and it keeps getting reinforced, and it's kept that way. It's been that
But that's on subdivisions.
It's on everything. That's not just subdivisions.
Or ductile for bigger commercial properties.
Correct.
I mean.
But we don't need a
6.5
6-inch main.
Inch and a half K is crazy to work with. I wouldn't wanna work with it.
Right.
No way.
Yeah, it's all,
It's like moving a tree.
yeah.
So then if you can get on the thing, if you put the meter vault like we talked, you go to the plumbing board and they tell you you can do the plastic.
Right?
We're not gonna argue against it. If
Right, they
don't-
might give you, they might say yes.
Do you offer the friends any Starbucks or any candy? No, that's not nice.
All right.
It's all online, Board of Examiners of Plumbers and Gas Fitters, the variance request form.
So if we go for a well.
Or here's something else, so that's my opinion as a plumbing inspector. The code allows you to reach out to the state plumbing investigator and get a non-binding opinion from whoever that may, from him. It
Yeah.
happens to be a guy a non-binding opinion from the state plumbing investigator. And just ask him, tell him what's going on, you want the meter pit a quarter of a mile away, and you wanna use something other than copper or allowed material.
Right, so,
You can use,
not to be
there's something
dense.
called Aquapex, it's that green polypropylene that you can use on the outlet of the meter. I don't know if it's allowed
That's
on the
not
ground.
copper.
No, but it's allowed for commercial use. I think it's Aquapex, it's that green, it's polypropylene. I don't know if it's allowed underground, you might have to sleeve it.
Hmm.
That is a plastic type of material, it's
Hmm.
allowed in commercial buildings.
So let me ask you, if we were to use a well, what do we gotta do there? Just
You
put it
own
in?
it?
Yeah, you
You
won't.
own it, it has nothing to do with
We,
us.
we don't have approvals or?
You know,
Nothing from
well,
us.
you have to fill out a permit, right?
No,
Board of
it
Health.
it has nothing to do with us, it would probably do the Board
You'll
of Health.
probably go to Board of Health, you
Yeah.
just fill out a
Yeah,
permit.
there's something with.
and can we-
10 or 15 employees.
And can we drill a well
Yeah.
in an aqua recharge area? Cause we're not addressing that.
If you drill a well anywhere, it's part of that aquifer, right? I would
Listen,
assume.
I
Well, they
get
can't
it,
take more than 10,000 gallons a day out, because then it would affect our well.
That'd be a problem.
I don't think
You
two
hear for the
two
answers. I
bathrooms
mean, we
and
go
a-
to the front of we go to other boards in town, and they didn't give the answers that you wanted to hit.
No,
And the
no.
engineer should have told you, because the meter fits back, that they need to use code compliant material.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
It's all the body of water under the earth.
Correct.
I think
Except,
it's all the
except
same.
usually they put the.
And I don't think
private
you're gonna be
wells
using
deeper
a lot of
than
water.
we have.
So they're below, they're getting water from China.
Yeah,
Whatever.
most of the private wells that get put in deep.
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's all clay over
Relatively
there.
deep compared to these, cause we're
Yeah,
fairly,
you'd be going down a couple hundred feet.
yeah, more than likely you'd be below our aquifer. I don't
Yeah.
know if, for something that size, I don't know that you have to go to DEP, but you would have to go to the Board of Health.
Yeah.
By the way, Chairman of the Board of Health.
Review engineer, Board of Health.
Yeah, I don't, I.
I'm just
Isn't-
saying.
Isn't there
only
some
review-
kind of like?
I'm
I
just
only
saying.
review the septics,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
review anything to do with the well,
Yeah.
as long as it's not too close to the.
Yeah, you're gonna be 50, I think, feet away.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, septic systems, like,
So we'll try to get this paperwork in to get an appeal, or try to get this into plastic and go from there.
All right, you wanna start that
I
process
just wanna
first?
try to stick with the plan.
Okay, so, again, not to be dense, what was that gentleman's title that you said, non-binding opinion from?
He's a state plumbing, he's a state investigator. State,
Still through the plumbing code?
yeah, yeah. He has from Mass Pike, south.
And if he says that he thinks it's okay, then they do the variance.
It's a non-binding opinion, then the variance would go through.
Yeah, but if he says, yeah,
Right.
there's no chance, then
Right.
you probably
Don't
are
bother.
not gonna get the variance.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we have a number for them, or we can get a
It's,
number?
it's online. Board of Examiners of Plumbers and Gas Fitters, and then you'll see the state investigators, you'll see the members and all this stuff.
Okay,
If you use plastic, what are you gonna use? Inch and a half?
That's
You're
what
gonna
we
have the same amount of fittings, aren't you?
No,
No.
because they come in
No,
300-foot
'cause
rolls.
Yeah.
How much?
300.
Yeah, but it's 1,200.
right, but now you only have 4 unions instead of
Right.
20,
Because copper only comes, I think it's in 60 or 50-foot rolls. You don't have 100-foot rolls.
especially the bigger you get, bigger size.
Yeah, inch and a half, you won't have a 100-foot roll. because
That'd be
it's too
60-foot
heavy.
roll.
60, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 60 feet
Get
as a roll.
someone
So
likes a 20-foot K, and then use it that way instead of soft. Get rigid tubing. You can buy inch and a half K. I've got a length of I bought it before, inch and a half, 20-foot sticks. That's only 20-foot sticks, you'd have 60 coupling
Yeah.
instead of,
that sounds like a
That's
great
going
idea.
the wrong direction.
but then you can.
Is there an
still
inside
decide
joke
fittings,
here?
right?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna ask
But
you,
you can
okay,
still
being
decide.
ignorant, I've never worked with that shit, it's like, okay, what do they do, screw together, what, you know, do they, no.
It's
you're
on the
using
outlet of the
union.
meter.
Yeah.
Do we not use Blue Brute in West Bridgewater at all? All gone?
Never, it's our policy to use copper.
No, I'm talking about
Before.
in Maine. You guys never used Blue Brute, or was that Bridgewater?
They did, and we can't sound it. Like, we can't find leaks because of it. We have every kind of pipe known to mankind. That's why we centralized on ductile copper,
Right.
so that we didn't have everything. The only good thing is we didn't have galvanized or lead.
I think it was Bridgewater when we
The
did
only
it.
question I have, and maybe I'm foolish, private property, he should be able to use what he wants. And if you,
Plumbing code.
if you're stubborn, put in,
I'll get you two
Tap
sitting
the
next to each
main.
other from now on.
come in 20 feet to please the town, and then run your, I don't get it. If there's a problem on his property, you're not fixing it. He is.
I'm not arguing with anybody.
Is that
there.
correct?
That is correct.
Right? You're not calling us.
No, it's-
Let me ask you this. What, I mean, I'm buying the meters regardless, right? I have to pay for the meters, correct?
Yeah, you're gonna
Okay,
pay
so what
for
if I put a meter at the road and then put a meter at the building?
Then you have to be copper. All the way
Why do I gotta do copper?
Because
Because
now-
it's
Here
after-
we
now
go with
that's-
the plumber again.
Because that would be considered a sub-meter at your building, and the primary.
Oh
meter
my
would be-
God, this gets worse.
What do you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
from
yeah.
me?
No.
What do you want from me? I'm just
Plastic,
telling you the
that's-
rules.
that's what I
How
want.
how about this? Why don't you do this? What if I wasn't the plumbing inspector and you run plastic, the plumbing inspector shows up and says, what's this in here? Rip it out. Then what do you wanna do? At least you come here, you get the answers that you need, that you should have had before. I'm just helping you out right now. Now you're making me look like the bad guy. I'm enforcing the rules and regulations from Boston.
I'm just
That's
asking
all
a
I'm
question.
doing. And I'm explaining to you. You got
That's
two
all we're
meters.
doing.
It's a sub-meter. You shake your shoulders, it's a sub-meter. This is the primary meter from the source. The outlet of the meter requires code-compliant materials. I told you, you can use Aquapex.
I'm just
Right.
asking the question because I don't know.
I
That's
get
the
it,
only
but you-
question. I'm not shrugging my shoulders. I'm just asking you a question to try to save money. That's all I'm doing. That's all that I'm doing. I'm not trying to get into a tiffle. I'm just trying to figure out how to save some money to make this all happen. That's all. It's not a big deal.
I get it. Listen,
I'm
I get
sorry.
it.
If I get under your feathers,
But we're
I'm
here
sorry.
We're here for long term. I mean, that's
I think I've been here a
At
long
least
time.
45 years.
I think I've been here for long term. All right, that's what we got.
But
Just look at it, just see
I'm
what we can
just-
do.
I'm just,
I mean,
I don't understand it.
I agree, with you, but it's the plumbing code. So
Is it the plumbing code?
according to the plumbing inspector, it's the plumbing code.
To what? You can't run plastic?
the outlet of the meter is under the plumbing code.
We've gone through this like.
Yeah, but if he
we've
runs
gone-
it all the way down
Yep,
and you're 20 feet from the building,
yep.
that's on you.
I'm
Right?
The outlet of the
It-
meter, if he puts the meter there, that's,
Right? If he runs the plastic
yep,
all the way down
right.
and he ties into this stuff, right here.
But where's the
From
meter?
here to the building is you. Right?
So she's saying from the outlet of the meter, which is now at the street.
1,200 feet away. if he puts the meter up by the building,
Yeah.
you can use, if it wasn't for the policy
No,
here,
our
you can
policy
use
would be
whatever we
copper.
allow. and
We
use
can't,
copper.
we can't grant him that. We can't offer him leniency for.
Because if we give it to him, everybody that comes in front of us
But
does
it's,
the same thing.
but
We have a board
but I'm
policy,
saying it's private, we're not running mains down the road that we can't use.
right,
We're using on his property.
okay?
If there's a problem on his property, he gotta fix it. Do we all agree?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
But that's the meter in the building, in the structure. If the meter is in the pit, a quarter mile away, it's, if we allow, without the meter pit by Manley Street, go 1,200 feet, we don't know, he said the minimum is four joints. And we only.
You're gonna
want-
beat, you're gonna beat this
1,250
dead horse
Right.
back and forth arguing it. The policy we have, one to the meter, if the meter's in the building, is copper, and we've held that consistently
116 years.
on that.
So,
If it goes the other way, I agree, I think it should be able to be plastic if you can get a variance. You said Aquapex,
Yeah, I said green stuff.
So I'm not trying to be a jerk, and I'm not trying to argue, I'm just saying, so we're gonna put 20 fittings in a piece, and you're gonna have your head at night be perfect, not worried about it, but I'm gonna have 20 fittings from that meter pit with copper all the way to my building. That's 60 feet with a coupler. If I do a 300-foot roll, I'm gonna have 3 couplers, but I'm still gonna fix the same pipe. That's all I'm saying. And I get it, it's your regulation, but 3 versus 20, I'd rather have 3 shots.
It would suck if it's in your road, so.
But that's
keep
the
it
thing,
to
but-
Keep it in the
It's-
dirt,
it-
what
yeah.
can we tell you?
It's already in the verge, you know.
Just keep it in the dirt,
Yeah.
we can't,
well, they
I'm
have.
trying to give you a plastic.
No, I
know,
understand,
it
I
says-
understand.
I'd rather see you put in
It says
4 inch
they
all the
have,
way down,
they have pre-sleeved Aquapex
It's cheaper to put
plastic
in
pipe
6 inch.
that can be
then
direct.
put in 6.
And what are those?
That's
how long-
what he just said, is the plastic pipe that you can use from outside of the meter is Aquapex.
I think it's polypropylene, right?
I don't
With
even
huge
care,
joints and all
it's
that.
PEX,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it's called, but they
Hex.
do,
No,
they
it's-
do have, I'm looking for sizes, I haven't found it yet, but they have that in 100-foot coils.
At least that
and they
makes it
have
better.
a sleeve. I don't know if it has an inch and a half, I can't see, I
That would be
can't
the way to
find
go,
out
instead
yet.
of copper.
Hex?
It's not PEX, it's,
Hex
it's,
is the shit
PEX
that's in
is,
your house.
it's cross-linked polyethylene. Polypropylene is
Well,
aquapex or aquamarine.
What is the difference with that? It's the same.
Polypropylene and polyethylene, different.
What's
types
the
of
difference?
Plastics,
Ah,
different X and O's and blah, 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 blah.
But it's plastic,
It's
right?
polyethylene as opposed to polypropylene. It's polypropylene.
I'm not, I didn't.
But
grab
it's
it.
the plumbing
No,
code.
It doesn't matter, it's
The
code
stuff you're
compliant.
saying. It's code
If
compliant, that's the word.
If it's the right size, then it solves your
but
problem.
the plastic that you're buying,
Tomorrow,
the
give me a
place is by code. They're not selling you something.
They have it an inch and a half.
Perfect.
I don't have the price of inch and a half.
It doesn't
but the
matter.
inch
It's
is like
definitely cheaper than
$100 a
copper.
roll. And that will be code compliant, it's on the other side of the meter, so we don't care. So just mount copper straight through the meter pit, and you make your connection on the other side. Plumbing code is satisfied?
As long as,
It's, you just said,
That's a
Aquapex
yes.
is allowed, they
I-
have
You write that down?
they have sleeved Aquapex
I
coils.
enforce the plumbing code.
So that's good, that gives you the answer, you're
But
looking
that'll
for.
probably be more money than copper.
Well, right, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you're gonna have
we're
to find out the
what
cost.
it is.
Yeah.
But you are,
was cheap.
you are gonna
Yeah.
wrap wire, tracing wire on
Something.
that, right? You
What-
should.
What's
What's
What's the building code?
Well,
It don't matter, it's for you.
What's the building code?
It has nothing to do with
it
the
has,
building
it
code.
I
has
would
nothing to do
100%
with.
wrap wire,
it has
'cause I
nothing
wanna
to do
find
with
it when
us.
It's better for you.
Yeah,
Wrap
100%.
wire or detect tape or
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever.
100%.
Either that or when you're laying it, have us come out and we'll ping it, put it in the GIS.
Okay.
There you go.
And anything
No,
that's
we'll put
can
wire.
be repinged.
But that wouldn't necessarily help them when they're, if they have something trying to dig up on the weekend, they'd have to call and get
Right,
somebody out
that's-
from here.
Yeah,
out.
that's
Because,
what we
because
did.
actually, you're not even responsible for that pipe then.
Right.
Right, it's
Don't
not,
call
but,
us.
We don't.
but we don't turn
mind-
our back on any, like, we
Ah,
help
there you
everybody.
go.
We don't
It's
mind
not.
pinging it and getting a location just
Right.
so it's in the future.
Yeah.
question
if something comes up.
But no, that should give you, and planning board's not gonna care if that's Aquapex or PVC, as long as
Right.
we're set it to, the Aqua is
Right.
okay. So, we should be good with both of that.
So for future projects, you guys have jurisdiction over the aqua recharge, the recharge area, or
No, that's
all?
planning board.
Planning board, anything that you do, they will include us in what gets proposed, but the work goes to a special permit from the planning board.
So if it does not require a special permit, it doesn't require to come here. Is that correct?
No,
I'm just trying
no,
to figure out.
Your
so I
water
wouldn't-
service has to come here,
Regardless.
yes.
Okay.
But the project itself, if it's in the zone two, if it's in the water resource protection district,
And make sure it loops.
it has to cut through.
What's the connection fee?
I already know about the loop. We're doing it right
That
now.
thing's not too
10?
sensitive. Because I'm forgetting it's on.
What's the connection fee for inch and a half service?
Oh, would you stop?
Let them know, they're talking about cost.
No,
Well,
that was
they-
gonna be one of my questions
But
later on.
they've
but-
got an inch and a half service anyway,
No, I know, it's
so it's
gonna
not gonna matter
be,
which.
it's gonna be a couple dollars.
Are we talking about a couple $1,000s or 20,000? I think
Maybe in
Bridgewater
the
was
middle.
like,
Don't tell
Bridgewater
me.
is like 100 and something or 80 something?
It's $6,449.
65.
For 2 inch was $27,500.
For 2 inches, 10,000.
Oh, geez, we're gonna go up.
What is it?
64,
Which?
64, okay.
10 grand for 2 inches.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah, but we're inch and a half, right?
plus the
Yeah.
meter cost.
No, that, right.
Is, that must be enough for like fuel for like a race car or something. What's that?
What's that?
What's that gas worth?
Which one?
On race cars.
Oh, like
Pretty
$2 a
expensive.
gallon.
$2
$2 a
my
gallon.
ass.
I'm retired.
Here's your
I'm
plans back.
retired. I got a win just to put up
So-
with the copper lines around it.
Just to save me looking up the wrong shit, could you show me what you looked up and told me?
All I did was Google Aquapex.
Right.
And it
That's,
showed up.
that's a new term to me, so.
Well, apparently.
I've never
Home
even-
Depot
I'm not
sells
100%,
it.
I know there's an aqua something in it, it could be Aquapex, Aquapure, I can
Well, no,
get it.
that's why I say he looked it up and he said, here it is.
You know who has it? Wind Water. Wind Water.
We'll know what that is.
They have it.
But yeah, Aquapex pipe,
DE,
AQUAP.
WINN.
okay, that's all I need, thank you.
Just,
And
before you put that in, you might wanna talk to me so I can give you you know what you do? Get the product approval information from the plumbing board, that way you'll know what it's used. All right, forget it, you figure it out yourself. This is the water department, this isn't the plumbing board.
Wait, why?
Jesus Christ,
Why
I
do
get,
you take
I get,
offense so
cause I get
quickly?
people, I get deep
we
breaths,
give
I
them-
get
Hey,
gas.
hey,
Are you kidding me?
It says it's at Home Depot.
That's it.
So
Finish
you-
what you're telling me.
Here's
I'll
what,
do
here's what I'm
it.
telling you right now. If you
Right.
got a plumbing code question, call the town hall and talk to the plumbing inspector. If you got a water board commissioner, talk right now.
Right.
So if you're gonna put the meter pit closer to the street, fine. That's as far as I'm gonna go.
That's
You
where
can-
you're going,
Whatever
right?
you're gonna go on the outlet of the meter, you do whatever you want. And if the plumbing inspector disagrees with it, you're on your own.
Okay.
But aren't you the plumbing inspector?
I'm not in that position right now. I'm here as a water commissioner.
Gotcha.
You got the W.
So you're suggesting that I call you at a
Yeah.
different number?
Because it's, at least that way I can tell you the facts instead of getting all this.
Additional input.
And there is unfortunately an Aquapure pipe also, so we can't make it go away that way.
Well, that's cool, I'll call the kid at Windwater, he'll probably know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well.
Is there anything else?
Oh, that's it. That's it.
This guy's gonna wait till tomorrow.
That's fine. He gets paid by the hour,
Plastic.
but call.
I'll give you
Plumbing
the number.
inspector.
You want the number?
Sure.
Wind water.
Carrie, I can't wait to read your minutes.
It's spinning.
You're not the only one.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
508.
Don't give him my number. We're on TV. In living color. 894-1437.
There you go. 894. We'll say it softly.
No. 894-1207, I think, and I'm extension 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a
Okay.
number. Let me give you a number.
Whichever one is
We'll talk at a later date.
I'll give you a number.
I can't wait to see them.
Whichever one of those two plastics meets it and comes
Yes.
back, you're good with it as far as
Okay.
we'll go, as long as we get that, set the meter up. just come back to us before you buy the meter pictures to show us what you plan on doing.
Do we have to set up an official meeting for the meter?
Yeah,
Just bring it into.
just put that under your notes.
You don't have to show up, you just send it.
Can you come to
Just
the,
do that,
Okay.
hold it up.
all right, thank you, gentlemen.
Take care, guys.
Do I have to like eat this after I?
Eat it later.
Right.
Just get out of here.
Thank you.
Here you go, you can have your
Push.
documents back. I
30 seconds
reviewed them,
after you
thank you.
dial that number, your phone will self.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You got that from the Israelis, huh?
We're on TV.
All right.
Now you're worried about that?
No, that's why I held back on a few comments that I could have made, in regards to the
That's not like
conversation
you,
that was
Joe.
going on.
Holding back.
Is that it?
Everybody's
Meeting
yelling at
adjourned?
each other and we're all
Meeting's
smiling,
adjourned?
so.
No, yeah, we still have a
Oh,
couple
no.
more items that.
You're
you guys can take on.
excused.
All right.
Those are ours too.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You're
Good
welcome.
luck.
Yeah, those are ours.
I need
Now you
it.
can have those.
It's
I need it.
too late for that. And Wayne, when the time comes, I assume I get hold of you for
Yep.
inspections and,
Yeah,
and how, what do you wanna see?
Everything.
so we have to witness the tap.
Yep.
So if you just give us a 3 days heads up, you're gonna
That's,
do it.
was gonna be my next question. All right, so 3 days notice and, I mean, Windwater EGP is gonna do it, so.
Right.
Thank you.
More of these.
There's this one.
Another one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't leave any evidence behind.
Yeah, really.
Could have saved on those plans.
That would have been one roll of
I
copper.
did what I was
You
asked.
know what I mean? That's
One roll of copper.
No, it isn't. Not even close.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right, no fisticuffs when we leave, right?
No, I'm not a violent person.
Thank you, Ned. Bye.
You have to get all your anger out first.
I know I walked in here with a
What are we looking for?
folio,
A what?
a black thing.
It's on you.
Oh, you got it.
took it.
Yeah, he has it.
Call
He
it.
doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
Call it.
All right,
Where's the cookie jar?
What's next?
you can't have any, the sugar's too high.
Yeah, you guys are already
No,
sugared up.
agitated.
Get him candy bar.
All right, next item on the agenda, authorized signatures, oh, it's for you, MGL, chapter 41, section 56. And why is this on the,
It came from, the assistant town clerk, that's right in front of you, she said she needs that.
Assistant Town Accountant?
What is it?
Who's designated, oh, this is like an annual?
Yeah,
I don't know, it's the first time it's ever.
first time we.
Yeah, I said, I don't remember this, but
I
she
don't know if they're gonna
says.
start doing that now or not.
All right, so can I have a motion to have Water Superintendent Wayne Parks be the signature required for approving the schedule of bills, and Kerry to be the alternate?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
And for the warrants, we still are gonna have to sign the way we've been signing
Yeah,
anyway.
yep.
Is it shot?
Today's
It's not
15th.
mine.
Today's the 15th.
It is.
Well, that was a long meeting.
Not over yet.
No, I mean,
Oh, my stuff is gold.
good. You take these too, sign them.
Not yet.
You ever eat a grilled cheese gold?
Oh, Lord, keep me now. Okay, so you've signed, I signed that, that's the only one you have to sign.
Which one?
So far.
Long time.
Me neither.
All right,
Some ham in it.
Yep.
Actually, before we jump to old business, Wayne, wanna just give a quick notice about the water ban?
Yeah.
So for anybody that's watching this, that hasn't seen it.
Alright, so currently we're in a severe drought. Our wells are beginning to run down to low critical points. Currently, we're not allowing any water lawn sprinklers, automated or hose sprinkler systems. We're not allowing hand watering either. We are allowing hand watering a garden or to top off a pool. No pool filling, only topping off. There's no washing of sidewalks, no washings of buildings. We are critical in our water supply. And if you haven't noticed as you drive from town to town, everybody has severe bans in place. I think that's about it.
Right. No, I know 3 under the bus there, I was gonna
That's
mention
okay.
it.
I mean,
But that's, I mean, if we had Manley Street back online, we'd be in better shape, but we're waiting
Right.
for
We
DEP
don't.
to come and do the inspection on
Right.
it, and so until that's done, we can't bring that back up.
Right.
And the water, with all that heat, the water use has been getting really high. So we gotta be careful, so we don't end up in a.
yes, they exceeded our ability to supply on Saturday going into Sunday. So they actually drew negative to the tank.
So we're deficit pumping?
Yes, we were
Yes.
deficit pumping.
God.
No, we've caught back up now.
We're caught back
But
up
that's-
currently, but that doesn't mean they're,
Yes.
the trend has been just under 1 million gallons a day. It's unsustainable.
So please go along, do what we're asking, and hopefully we can get through this, and maybe the weather will cooperate, we'll get a little bit of rain. That'll
even-
actually be good for something.
So even though that little bit of rain we get, it seems like the past few nights, it doesn't really affect the water table at all.
No,
It's
it
been
does
almost
not.
nothing.
We have not gotten enough to affect it at all.
What about businesses that use water?
I'm gonna have to start to handing them a notice.
Well, what are you gonna tell a car wash?
No, the car washes are exempt from it. It's a business that utilizes water.
Most of
And-
the car washes recycle a bunch of their water. anyway.
Right, the one that's going in is gonna recycle quite a bit of it.
Yeah,
But no filling up for the, like dust control and that stuff.
Right.
Either, that's gotta come off. All right, old business, do we have anything back from Stiles on the meters?
Well, we're receiving meters. I haven't heard anything on the next batch that I've sent out.
Have they given us like a breakdown on a credit for the
They
ones that are
just
going
gave us
early?
meters. They did not give us any breakdown, or do you want me to request
I'm
something?
just, cause if they're failing early and we're just buying meters,
Right,
we're not getting anything for them. So we need to, I would like to see something that gives us an idea of what they're doing for us on the meters that are failing early. And definitely some of them are. Okay. Next agenda item is that potential with the DPW. We had a joint meeting with the Board of Selectmen, was that last week?
last Wednesday.
That was last Wednesday. A lot of discussion about how that possibly could go. Result was, my 2 commissioners voted to put me on a committee with Selectman Ryan, Dave Gagney, and with Phil, the DPW director, to start working up some more formal stuff on it. We gave Phil the job description that we worked up, and I had talked to him separately. I think he should probably be talking to you
Yeah.
at some point on it. We figured you got enough on your plate without having you try to go to committee meetings and
right.
stuff, so I didn't offer that up. But you're gonna have to be involved in some of it.
But if they're gonna hire somebody, we should get the process moving faster so that there can be some interface and I can get my life back.
We're kind of working into a different org chart, have somebody in as essentially, his job would include oversight and as the superintendent, but an assistant superintendent below that.
Right.
That would be separate from like the water laborer section. That's what we're working up now, so we can try to get something moving forward with it. But that's just started. I know there was an email from David to Phil about getting going on that. But he actually just gotten back from vacation. So that should start moving forward
Who
fairly
did?
quick. Phil, the director. DPW director. And that's gonna tie in with the superintendent's job. That's all gonna be figured out on how all that, basically how all the stuff that you do gets split into two people's jobs. Which is what it amounts to.
Yep.
I'm trying to keep that going, and to get it going again, like you said, get it going quick,
Right.
so that we can get that, suit that position.
You don't
figured out
learn
and
anything
have-
unless something goes wrong, so it's, the more time you hear,
Best
you have
teacher.
better
Yeah.
chances to see.
And when I spoke with Phil before that, we made a point of, there's a lot of things that, yeah, we have a good amount of stuff well documented, but there are things that he's gonna need to get, from you, and the stuff with the plants coming online, he's gonna have to get involved with
Right.
the plants quite a bit to make sure he's able to oversee whoever's in there, right? And, cause they're similar to stuff he's used before, but, the PFAS, that stuff is new, everything's gonna have their own little idiosyncrasies, so. That is moving forward, the intent is for it to go faster rather than slower. Cause if he's gonna do it, he wants to get up and running on it
Right.
as soon as possible. So I meant to thank you guys for volunteering me for the committee.
No, you can do without.
Stick around, we got more for you.
I'm waiting for him to tell me I have to memorize the freaking plumbing code. Sorry, I didn't mean to say freaking.
On TV, FCC.
Can't say that,
I think I said a couple things tonight that you're not supposed to say in the air, I'm just hoping
I
you're
didn't.
sensitive enough to pick up on it.
I didn't. I remained composed.
No, yeah, I wouldn't call it composed, but
I second,
You've been good so far tonight.
are we almost done?
I was just about to ask, does anybody have anything
Next
else they
meeting is-
want?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
next
yeah,
meeting.
Next meeting is July what?
Sixth.
July sixth is the next meeting.
After the 4th?
It's like 3 weeks away, Mike.
And
So moved.
I might be away.
Yeah,
we just have to come back. I can't deal with him by myself.
Block your ears there, cameraman.
It's not his ears you have to worry about.
Right.
That's in his ears.
Huh?
And anybody have anything else
Negative.
that needs to be discussed tonight? Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye, 6:28.
Is that shut off?